Hi Scorps, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tawana. Today we're going to do a reading for you. This can resonate for you if you have Scorpio sun, moon, rising, or Venus signs. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for being here. I've already shuffled and pulled your cards, so let's just jump into the reading. First card we have, Scorps, is, I feel like this card has been coming out a lot for the signs, power of attraction. And it feels to me like it's almost like collectively we've stepped into this new portal that's making it easier for us to attract our desires. Because I feel like during the period of maybe between 2019 to 2021 or 2022 for some people, it felt like walking through mud, felt like walking through quicksand. And I feel like this card has been coming up collectively in a lot of the readings, at least for me, because people feel like I can finally like move towards what I want to attract now. I can finally like move towards my manifestations. I can finally like pull in my manifestations easier. So that's just something that I've been observing. But this card talks about coming together, and in this particular moment that I'm pulling this card, it feels like we're talking about people. It feels like a coming together of people. And it doesn't always have to mean like coming together of people, because I've read it in different ways before, but it's always so funny how these cards speak to me in different ways, in different readings. And right now it feels like this is about like two people coming together. So, all right, we start with power of attraction. I feel like that's you. That's you attracting something into your world or wanting to. It may not be a specific person, but it may be an archetype of a person or a specific experience that you want to have with that type of person. So we start out with the Seven of Cups and the Five of Cups. The Seven of Cups always talks about options, having a bunch of things to choose from, and having so many things to choose from that sometimes it gets overwhelming. And also having so many things to choose from, but having to be really, really scrutinizing and careful about what cup you choose, what thing you choose, because all of these cups aren't fulfilling for us. I mean, they all have different things, but there's only one with like this figure floating out that looks kind of supreme to me. Like if you notice, like this cup has like a serpent, this cup has a serpent, this cup just has a wreath, this cup has a bunch of jewels that like, okay, what am I gonna do with all these jewels? Like, I mean, it's great to have jewels, but is that what I really want? This cup has a castle. Like there's so many options, exhaustive list of things to choose from, but being so disappointed in your options. Like none of these are really cutting it for me. Like honestly, I have choices, but none of them cut it. Maybe this is not about a person for a lot of you, but I feel like for a lot of you, this will be. Then we have the Five of Swords and the High Priestess. All right, so you know what this feels like? Below that, we have the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups. This feels like, for some of you, this could be like an argument with your significant other, like an argument with your person, whether that be your husband, wife, spouse, partner, whatever you want to call them. And having like, being like, okay, fine, we don't have to be together, fine. And then going out there and realizing that I only want to be with my person. I mean, like, there are great things out there, but I only really want to be with my person. That's an example of how this feels to me. Because it feels like you have an idea of fulfillment, that like, you know what makes you happy. You know what you're looking for. Some of you may know who you're looking for. a lot of you, it will be what you're looking for. Like, you know, whatever this 10 of Cups represents for you, this is just joy, fulfillment, sharing your fulfillment with other people. Some of you guys, this is going to be like in terms of who you want to build a family with. Some of you guys, it's who you want to participate in like a joint venture with. Who are your collaborators? Like, you know what 9 of Cups feels like, and you want to share your 9 of Cups with someone else, making it 10. So you know what joy looks like. You know whatever you're looking for, whatever this 10 of Cups is, you know what it is when you feel it. You know what it is. I'm going to name reading that. You know what it is when you feel it. That's going to be the title for sure. But it feels like you know what you're looking for. Whether you have a physical representation of that or not, it's like you know how you are aiming to feel. You know what experience you are aiming to have. And nothing is quite matching up to the experience that you know that you want to have with someone, doing something. And there may be an aspect of your intuition that you're like, you're not able to trust because, I don't know, maybe you felt like you needed to cut out your intuition because it's led you astray before. Maybe you have this complicated relationship with your intuition right now, or you feel like you can't see everything. You don't know everything. Like, you don't, like, in a situation, for others of you, it's going to be like, I have all these options, but I'm uncertain. Like, I don't know how it's going to turn out if I pick something. So I'm just not going to pick anything. For others of you, this High Priestess could be a person in your life. And some of you, I feel like, I don't feel like this High Priestess is you, Scorpio. It could be. But this feels like either like you're in some kind of like conflict with self, or you are in conflict with another person, because you don't, like, it's like you're having difficulty navigating the options that are out there for you. It's like having a conflict with, how much of my intuition can I really trust? Or can I trust that this is going to be the experience that I want to have with a particular person? Because I know what I want. I know what I want, and I know how it feels. I know exactly what makes me happy. And I don't know if this person can give it to me, this experience can give it to me. But it feels like a very like central focus on, I know what I want. Like, I know exactly what I want. And it's just about like, where am I going to find it? And it feels like not being able to find it from the circumstances that you do have, at least for the next couple of weeks. All right, moving into the second section, we have inner trust. And it's so funny because I feel like this is a continuation into this. This not being able to trust your intuition, like, I don't know where life is leading me. I know what I want, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not finding it. Or the person that I do want, I'm in this like battle with them, like this conflict or this argument. It's like knowing exactly what you want, but not being able to get it. And not even wanting like to explore any other option. Okay. Jumping into the second row, we have inner trust, which speaks for itself, being able to trust your inner knowing. We have the Tower, the Seven of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. So there's something unexpected coming in here. Maybe this is some kind of unexpected realization, I feel like, that's making you or someone else strategize. We also have the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. Wow, okay, Scorps, dealing with some challenging energy. So not being sure of what to invest in, or that you will be getting this ideal thing that you want, and having to have trust anyway. And it feels like that process of having trust anyway is difficult. For some of you, I feel like this is like overthinking some kind of offer that you like you have an idea of what it is that you want, and or who exactly that it is that you want, and having invested a lot in like the thought of it, or even having invested a lot in something already, and it being heartbreaking because it feels like something, you know what this feels like? This feels like having some kind of conflict with someone impactful or important, and just not even really wanting to deal with anybody else in your life. You want to deal with that person. Despite the conflict that you're having with them, you've invested so much into them, into the situation, and it's heartbreaking because you're like, I've invested so much and I know exactly where, like, what I want. I don't like all these other things are underwhelming. I don't want all of these other things. I want that thing. And then getting into the place where you're like, how do I strategize to getting back to that thing? How do I strategize? That's what this feels like. How do I strategize to getting back to that thing? Some people, this will resonate with, like, this Tower will just be a realization, like an all of a sudden realization, like, wow, the person that I was fighting with, like, I don't even care. Like, I actually would fight with that person all day because I don't want anything else. So we're dealing with the Nine of Pentacles, which the Nine of Pentacles can symbolize like your own, it can symbolize a person, or it can symbolize independence. But because it's beside the Page of Pentacles, it feels like making a small gesture to somebody. Making a small gesture and hoping and having trust that whatever was lost can be recovered. That's what this feels like. Making a very small gesture and hoping like we can like fix whatever has been spilled between us. Moving into Softly, Softly, Tender Touch. This card talks about manifesting or like attracting things into your life based on the feminine principle of not even having to try that hard. Like, you don't have to even try that hard, Scorps. I just realized that I haven't been pulling angel advice for you guys. So let's get some angel advice. Spirit, what's the advice for Scorpios with power of attraction? What's the advice for Scorpios with inner trust? right, so we have choose a new direction, which talks about doing something differently. So you're attracting something. You're attracting things and not being happy with your attractions or what it is that you're pulling in, and your guides are like, choose something else, choose a new direction, do something differently. If you've been in this kind of like, if you've been in any kind of like conflict with yourself, do something else, do something different. Or if you've been dealing with one specific like type of person and like you're so fixated on how it looks or how it feels, like be open to something else. And then we have inner trust and remaining positive. Like trust yourself that situations can improve. Like this 3 of Swords can improve. You've invested a lot in things. You've maybe invested a lot in people, but that doesn't mean that like the buck stops at whatever you've invested in. So remain positive about whatever aspect of your life this is. Yeah, it feels like being so dead set on a specific type of thing or a specific type of person that you're not able to like see what other options are being presented to you or explore any other possibilities. And maybe that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know? Spirit, what's the advice for softly, the tender touch for Scorpios? All right, so I'm gonna go into the Oracle cards and the Tarot, and then we're gonna go to the advice. We have the 3 of Pentacles and the Star, which to me talks about healing, collaborations with people, healing, collaborations with either people who you work with or people who you share life experiences with. Then we have the 4 of Cups and the World. So ending this period of like dissatisfaction and being open to like working with others. I feel like that's when you'll recognize the opportunities being presented to you. And this could be in work, whatever way this is resonating, because we have a lot of pentacles on the board here. So this is like healing the way that I look at something, and as a result, because I heal the way that I'm looking at something, then my entire reality starts to change. Sometimes this 4 of Cups talks about like, this is the card that's like spoiled. Like this person has 3 cups and they're like, somebody is coming to offer them a 4th one and they're like, oh, whatever, I don't want it. Not right now. This is not what I want. This is not how what I wanted should have looked. And it's like ending that period of dissatisfaction with whatever options you're being presented just because it doesn't look the way you want it to look. Like closing off that cycle. And having like a healing in your openness to collaborate with different people, to work in different roles, to experience different types of collaborations, to experience different types of relationships. And that's when the universe presents you with a brand new beginning. A brand new job, a brand new relationship, a brand new workplace, a brand new project, a brand new whatever it is that you are attracting. Because you are definitely attracting something and not happy with the options that are coming in. It's like you want something, but it's because you want something to look a particular way. That is what's causing this 5 of Cups energy. That's what's causing this like disappointment. You're disappointed because you are attracting things, but you have a specific way that it should look. You have a specific mold that it should fit in. And sometimes it's just not like the experiences that we are attracting. It's just not going to fit into the mold that we thought it would fit into. Or it's not going to like... There's a thing that I've recently started implementing in my affirmation practice. And It's saying I'm open to outcomes far greater than I could have ever imagined for myself. And it always wows me how the universe puts a result into my life when I just say the affirmation and release it, because I'm also somebody who can get very tied into the manifestation and how I want it to look. But I've been realizing that life surprises us in so many ways, so many times. And it's in those surprises that I'm like, wow, I didn't even think of that, but that's exactly what I needed. And that's better than I could have even imagined for myself. And this feels like that. It feels like once you are open to the possibility of something else, once you are open and you have trust that you can and you will attract whatever you need, I feel like that's when it comes. And then we end the reading with big happy changes. All that you need to do to get these big happy changes is open your mind to something new, something else. That's how this feels. I'm going to pull one more card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Spirit, what is the closing advice for Scorpio in July 2023? Advice for Scorpio. Not for you. That's so funny. So whatever it is that you're attracting or you want something to look like, that thing is not for you. Be open to other things. Advice for Scorpio in July 2023. Or at least that thing is not for you right now. Be open to other possibilities. Advice for Scorpio in July. Orphaned. So this talks about dealing with rejection, dealing with abandonment, dealing with being on your own. And maybe this is needed at this particular time to really get clear, like remaining on your own, Nine of Pentacles, and being very positive about that. To welcome in the right collaborations that you are guided to and that will serve you. All right, Scorp, so I'm going to leave this here. I hope this helps, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.